Hello, my name is Emily and I work as a certified athletic trainer. As part of my job, I provide outreach services to a local high school which involves prevention, evaluation, and treatment of athletic injuries. On occasion, I get asked nutritional questions, and though I am no expert, I have taken several nutrition classes which have equipped me with the knowledge and ability to provide general recommendations. However, I am not a registered dietitian, and since I practice in the state of Minnesota, there are regulations and restrictions on what nutritional information I can share with others. So, anything mentioned in this video should be interpreted as a suggestion based off of sound evidence and research. Nutritional intake can be a tricky subject with adolescents. Many teenagers do not voluntarily go above and beyond to make healthy meal choices, and some are willing to skip meals and snacks because they are unaware of the consequences. Therefore, when addressing nutrition with teenagers, I overemphasize the importance of not skipping meals and encourage them to do their best to try and eat fruits and vegetables at every meal. In addition, it is also important to consider snacks with this age group, as they burn so many calories in a day just existing and growing, let alone when they are participating in sports or other physical activity. When considering athletes, snacking may have a different purpose before and after practice, which is often a topic of discussion amongst players, parents, and coaches. So, today I am here to answer a question that I was recently asked by a 16-year-old high school basketball player. What are appropriate pre- and post-activity food choices, and when should I eat them? Pre- and post-exercise nutrition are important for helping prepare the body for exercise and to help the body recover faster post-exercise. When diving into the topic of nutrition, there are three large food categories: protein, fat, and carbohydrates, which are where a majority of our calories come from each day. Each macronutrient is necessary for different functions and in adequate amounts to account for a healthy, well-balanced diet. However, when considering nutrition for physical activity, not all macronutrients are appropriate for enhancing performance and recovery. So, though they are all necessary, some are better than others for helping prepare the body for energy expenditure and tissue damage, while also aiding in recovery post-exercise. According to Hargreaves, carbohydrates consumed 3 to 4 hours prior to exercise are shown to increase muscle glycogen levels, which helped improve performance. Increases in insulin and blood glucose were also shown immediately, but settled back down to regular levels by the time activities started. Tromelin also found that 20 grams of protein consumed in 3 to 4 hour windows throughout the day can help increase muscle protein synthesis, also known as the process of building muscle mass, which is necessary for muscle adaptation and recovery. Ormsby and colleagues explored the use of carbohydrate and protein combination pre-exercise and its effect on performance. The authors found that a carbohydrate and protein combination may enhance fuel storage prior to exercise by enhancing glycogen synthesis and sparing the use of glycogen during exercise. Additionally, protein caused hormonal alterations, which aided in the production and release of insulin and glycogen while helping with glucose disposal during exercise to reduce byproduct in the tissues. When we consider that most kids eat lunch around 12 o'clock at school and practice around 3 o'clock, this timing seems perfect for effective pre-exercise nutrition consumption. When food is consumed at this time frame, a full meal can be eaten that contains proteins, carbohydrates, and fat without disrupting the system or causing digestive irritation during activity. However, if athletes end up practicing later in the afternoon or evening, snacks are important to keep the body continually metabolizing food to supply the body with energy. Hargreaves explains that when carbohydrates are consumed 30 to 60 minutes prior to exercise, large increases in insulin and plasma glucose occur, followed by a dramatic decrease in blood glucose at the start of activity. This can cause problems in individuals who suffer from hypoglycemia. Consumption at this time makes it difficult for the body to break down the food source to use for immediate fuel, resulting in an early onset of fatigue during exercise. Athletes should also be aware of fat content of food prior to exercise. If fatty foods are ingested prior to exercise, an increased level of free fatty acids circulate in the blood, which can increase lipid or fat metabolism during exercise. When this occurs, carbohydrate fuel sources can be spared, which may benefit endurance athletes. However, more research needs to be done to support this idea. In addition, the quality of fats needs to be considered, as greasy fast food will not supply the body with proper nutrients prior to exercise and may even upset the digestive system, causing cramping and stomach irritation. Not only should nutrition status be evaluated prior to activity, but also following activity. During this time, the body is fatigued and the tissues are damaged to account for muscle adaptations. So the body needs to restore the lost fuel sources, heal the damaged tissues, and remove the byproducts and garbage from the damaged tissues that are floating around. After physical activity, glycogen stores in the muscles and liver are depleted, as they are the main energy source during exercise. Aragon and colleagues explain that carbohydrates and proteins have been shown to help replenish the system. Proteins are beneficial for replacing the lost protein in skeletal muscles through protein synthesis to allow for hypertrophy of muscles, also known as gaining muscle, while carbohydrates are important for replenishing the glycogen stores that are depleted through glycogen resynthesis. By replacing these factors, the body will optimize the resistance training or practice outcomes, allowing for strength and performance increases over time. It is interesting to note that though these nutrients are beneficial, there is no set timing on their intake. Rather, numerous authors suggest a balanced diet of proteins, carbohydrates, and healthy fats throughout the day to help the body recover following activity, especially when athletes have 24 hours to recover, as most high school athletes do, barring the use of two-a-day practices. Overall, the literature on this topic is still new, and most of this research was not conducted in high school athletes. So, I would be interested in seeing research outcomes on different age spans and exercise intensities to show how different energy sources may be depleted over time with different workouts and what nutrition preparation is recommended. In conclusion, a well-rounded diet is consumed throughout the day is the best option for pre-activity and post-activity nutrition. It is recommended that food be ingested in 3 to 4 hour windows to allow for adequate metabolism throughout the day. So a full healthy meal at breakfast, lunch, and dinner is ideal for optimizing performance, and if necessary, snack can be ingested too to aid in performance. A typical meal should include protein, which may include animal meats, vegetables, beans, carbohydrates, also known as whole grain breads, rice, sweet potatoes, and such, fruits, vegetables, and some form of dairy, which could be milk, cottage cheese, string cheese, yogurt. And for snacks prior to practice, I would recommend a granola bar. However, try to find a healthier option that is not high in sugars or high fructose corn syrup. Rather, look for bars that may contain more carbohydrates and proteins rather than fats. Fruit bars and oat bars are usually healthier than those that may contain candy or chocolate. Other good snack options include almonds, carrots, celery, and you can even add peanut butter for another source of protein, an apple, grapes, or whole wheat crackers. In general, try to stay away from dairy products as they may irritate your stomach and cause problems during practice. Again, these are just recommendations based off of research. I would also like to point out that the endurance athletes may require different nutrition supplementation, and this information was gathered specifically for a teenage basketball player. Thank you.